Hi, my name is Brenda Kilhoffer, and I am a senior at Post University. Welcome. I'm glad you've joined me for this behind-the-scenes look at my course, Breeding for the Lay Equestrian. So this project was really designed to bridge the gap between technical breeding knowledge and everyday horse owners who really just want to better understand the breeding process and don't want the education of a veterinarian degree. So in this video, I'm going to show you the layout of the course, some of the key takeaways, and why this program matters for me and for the industry as a whole. So let's get started. To build the course on a solid foundation, I consolidated insights from peer-reviewed articles, breeding handbooks, and real-world case studies from professionals working in equine reproduction. The literature consistently emphasized several themes: safety and welfare, value of owner education, and finally, all of the ethical dilemmas around reproductive technologies and the different breeding decisions that we make every day. So the strategy behind the course was kind of twofold. One, just demystifying equine breeding by walking learners through each and every step and method step by step, and then to empower new breeders, whether they're breeding at home or partnering with some sort of facility. So let's stop here and dive right into the modules, and I'll share those with you. So I am actually hosting the course, Breeding for the Lay Equestrian, in a classroom environment that I have called the Equine Learning Lab, which is the future business that I am creating to do equine education, equine assisted learning, both online and in person. So this is the actual online portion classroom for the Equine Learning Lab. There's an about section, and the thing that's most exciting and that I wanted to point out while we're on this section is that we already have 35 members. Now, I have done absolutely nothing to promote this course or to promote the Equine Learning Lab. However, you can see that there are already people that are finding the information that is, or the hope of the information that's going to be posted here in this classroom as valuable, and they are finding their way here, asking for membership. This isn't something that you can just jump in. They actually have to fill out a form, get approval, and then I'm going to ensure that people that are in the classroom are actually engaged, and only those that stay engaged and part of the discussions and things like that are going to be able to continue within the classroom. This platform gives me the opportunity to monetize these courses if I choose to. Right now, everything is that's up on the community at this time is free, but however, down the road, I anticipate being able to charge for the courses that I'm creating and things of that nature. So let's dive straight into the community, which is one of the bigger reasons I also chose this platform. So the platform that I'm using is school.com, and it brings together all of the important things for a classroom. Things like, one, just being able to have a nice, attractive layout, the ability to monetize it and charge for different courses. That's all built right in. But the biggest thing that was important to me was being able to create a community of like-minded people who wanted to come in, who want to learn, and who want to help support one another in their personal growth. So the main page for the community is basically a series of different chats. There's a calendar reminders for live sessions, Q&A online. And of course, we will post in the calendar actual physical live sessions that people can purchase that are here locally or want to travel, or if I hopefully at some point get to venture out and do courses on locations. So I have, welcomes and things that are important for people to kind of get involved. You're here to see the classroom. So let's dive into the classroom because that's the most important thing. And of course, the course itself. So here's our classroom, and you can see I have actually, I have a mock mocked up most of these courses. The Getting Started one is complete and finished. That one just gives people, and you'll see me refer to it in the Breeding for the Lay Equestrian course, because it gives people an understanding of how to navigate the program, how to save things, how to download things like of that nature. And so you can see, initially I had figured I would do more of a basic course on basic equine safety, basic equine education. And because of the paper that I wrote on breeding, I decided to make the Breeding for the Lay Equestrian my first free course. So Breeding for the Lay Equestrian is the course that I'm highlighting today, that we talked about in the introduction. And so here it is. Here is what we have complete so far. It's not, there we go. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. No presentation is ever survives the challenges of technical difficulties, do they? All right, so Module 1 is going to be the foundations for equine breeding. There is an about the course section. So this is really for somebody who's browsing through that classroom and trying to decide, okay, is this a course I want to take? So this is a short 1-minute video, and I'm going to go ahead and share that video with you.
It's that time of year. Our social media feeds are full of baby foals and their mamas. And if you're anything like me, it's giving you baby fever. Are you somebody who's considering breeding a mare this breeding season? If so, you want to take this course. This course is going to be breeding for the layperson, and we're going to go over all the things. We'll talk about live cover, we'll talk about artificial insemination, and yes, even embryo transplant. But we're going to do it in layperson's terms so that any of us can understand and really know what we need to know, have all of the knowledge going into the breeding experience with our horse. My name is Brenda Kilhofer, and I am a senior at Post University in the Equine Studies program. I also work at a breeding farm, so I hope that you will enjoy this course. It's going to be full of the information that you need to know to arm yourself to be better prepared should you decide that this is the season you're going to breed your mare.
Again, the goal of that video was for somebody who's just in the classroom and saying, oh, do I want to take this course, to get them interested in the course. Then we move into Module 1, which is our foundations of equine breeding, and there's a welcome and course overview. And in each, at the beginning of each course, we will have their learning objective. For Course 1, it was basically that participants would develop a foundational understanding of equine reproduction, the estrus cycle, and an overview of natural and assisted breeding methods, including their ethical and welfare implications. So this course is going to have a strong theme of ethics. I was really inspired by the paper that I wrote, and that's actually in here as well, to take more of a stance on ethical behavior. As a new equestrian, and that's why this whole thing was designed to begin with. The whole concept came from when I first started working with horses in 2019. I discovered a lot of behavior that wasn't really in alignment with my belief systems, but I didn't know it yet. And I didn't understand that that wasn't how everything was done in the industry. It was just who I had been referred to, and they were supposed to be experts, and things were rocky and they didn't go well. So that's kind of where the idea or the birth of the Equine Lab, Learning Lab even comes from, is really being somebody there to break down the equine industry, training, working with horses, communicating with horses, breeding, all of the different things that we do for somebody who's a beginner. Because I found that most people were talking at levels or expectations, especially when it came to adult training, with this expectation that you already knew all of this. You already had a foundation working with horses. And the reality is that's just not the case for everybody that's interested or is a horse enthusiast. So we've got the learning objective. We're going to have action steps. So in the action steps for this particular one are to download a study guide, which is included here, and then actually go into the chat to engage. So here is the study guide. Each module will have a note-taking guide that just kind of goes through key points throughout the course, fill in the blank note guide. But then more importantly is the reflection question. So for module 1.1, since it was just an introduction, the reflection question is, how will learning about equine breeding support you in your horsemanship journey? And these reflection questions will get more involved, more difficult. Like question 2 is, what are some of your current belief systems regarding ethical breeding? How can you approach the course material with an open mind? So the questions are going to get more involved and really, again, help people to understand themselves and where they fit in and what type of ethical concerns they personally have and how they can make their own journey both safe, fun, and ethical. They're going to have an opportunity in this course to define where their moral compass sits as it relates to horsemanship. And then here's right here in the module is a opportunity for them to engage. So go in here, comment, engage on what module and topic they're most excited to learn about. And that will be done frequently throughout the course. So it's not like they have to go to a separate place to engage in chat. They can do it right here in the course, and then it takes them out to the general chat. So that is that's the welcome and course overview. Then we go into the equine breeding industry as a whole. I pulled in a lot of information from the American Horse Council's economic impact study to go over the breeding industry and how it fits into the general equestrian industry. Here's a cute little video. This one was fun to make, so I leveraged artificial intelligence technology, AI. On OpenArt AI, I created some cute little characters, horse characters, to help me teach different topics. And in this particular one, I created a little mare that's teaching about the estrus cycle, and then integrated her into a Canvas PowerPoint type thing that I talked about. So I'm going to play a couple seconds of this. Cycling in the fall and winter. This rest period is called anestrus. During anestrus, hormonal activity slows down and the mare won't show signs of heat or ovulate. Once spring arrives and daylight increases, mares begin to cycle again. Their estrus cycle. So there you go. That was a fun video to create. And you'll see that I use different mediums to create each of these videos. So it's not all lecture. There's going to be some that are PowerPoints. This particular one was a kind of PowerPoint combined with cartoons. Then we have a lot of hands-on videos. So I want to keep it varied, interesting for different learning styles and things like that. We've got breeding methods at a glance. Go over it. And then this is where I integrate the literary review that I had done in equine communications. In the wrap up, we talk about, we go back to the learning objective, make sure that students actually met the learning objective. We talk about the foundation that we're laying, and then there's an assignment. And in this particular assignment is to read the actual literature review, and then to post a reflection. And here's a click here to the literature review that I had done. So students are able to go through, read that, and then of course they have at the end of the literature review access to all of the different resources. And that is something that I am going to add at the bottom of every single course, the different resources that I used to develop that course. So that's Module 1. Module 2 is Natural Services, live cover, and we have an actual in-hand breeding demonstration. And then we have some safety concerns. One of the things that I didn't expect to have happen as I'm videoing different things is things don't always go as planned, and I only had one opportunity to go watch live cover, and in a perfect world that would not have been the example that I would have given of live cover. However, it was a great example to integrate safety concerns. And I went and I found another video to compare and contrast and have conversations with students about safety concerns. We will be going into the different restraints, whether they're ethical tools or problematic, and some of the welfare risks. In Module 3, I don't have, you'll see that those videos that are the areas that are not complete yet have under construction signs, but I will shortly be uploading the AI procedure, artificial insemination procedure, and an explanation, walking people through that. I have completely filmed a video for artificial insemination. I've also done an embryo flush, embryo transfer. So all of those videos are going to be included in each of these different modules. Module 3 on artificial insemination. We're going to talk about pros, cons, pregnancy rates. Each module has five different submodules. Module 4 will be embryo transfers, and that video also will be uploaded shortly. For the embryo flush and transfer. And then we've got some videos of the different tools and techniques used to synchronize estrus cycles for recipient mares, and then of course for the mares that are actually carrying babies. For instance, we give Regimate until we give progesterone shots. So we'll be talking about all of those different types of things. So that's pretty much a wrap up of the actual classroom. I think the one last thing I wanted to show you was the leaderboard. The leaderboard actually is where the gamification comes in. So you will see that students or people that are in the community are actually gaining points over time, and they get placed on this leaderboard. And I will be adding bonus training as people reach different levels, so that would be free training that they only have access to when they reach those levels. So that really is the piece that gamifies everything here within the platform and helps people to stay involved and stay engaged. So there you have it. There's the classroom. There's the course, Breeding for the Lay Equestrian. And I'm really excited about where it's going. It has not gone as quickly as I had hoped. However, it's going to be up and engaging students in no time at all. So thank you for joining me on the tour. I feel that this course is going to add a lot of value to the industry in several powerful ways. First of all, it absolutely supports better decision making and horse welfare, because people can get an easy education before they begin breeding. It also offers an entry point for people who want to learn but don't have access or don't necessarily know what's available out there to them. Maybe they can't go to a traditional college, or they don't know where to look for breeding other than social media. Well, this gives them a comprehensive course in a real actual breeding setting. It also strengthens the equine community because it's going to help the smaller scale or the hobby breeders really raise that standard of care, hopefully raise safety and responsibility. I feel that breeding is really a privilege, but it's also a massive responsibility. And so we need to equip more horse owners with solid, accessible information. And in doing that, we're going to create a much healthier, more informed industry for future generations. Once again, I just want to thank you for taking the time to explore this project with me. Whether you're here to learn, teach, or share this information with others, I hope that this walkthrough gave you a sense of the heart and the purpose and hopefully the impact behind this course, Breeding for the Lay Equestrian. Thanks so much for joining me today.